Hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's Getting Together Live. My name is Anita. Hi, Sonia. My name is Anita, and I'm going to be hosting our sharing this evening. So, hi, Orla, Juliet, Elaine. Hi, Caroline. So I have to admit, I'm a little bit nervous. This is my very first Facebook Live ever. It's a whole new experience. Usually I'm on the other side typing my comments and loving what everyone is sharing. So please bear with me as I work through your comments, and I will do my best to get through them. Hi, Pia. Hi, Haresh, Marianne, Bronwyn. Thank you for joining. Hi, Mandy, Tracy. Nice to see you all. So I'm also going to do my best not to press any buttons that turn me into SpongeBob or a potato head. Hi, Sarupa. Hi, Amanda. Thank you for coming. So last week we spoke about mobilising all the ideas that we've been gathering together, and they've been being added and updated to the PDF that we have. They'll be updated. The PDF will be updated after tonight as well. So last week we spoke about turning our ideas into action. So I'd love to hear how everybody got on with that. And please feel free in the comments to share what you'd like to talk about tonight and what you experienced and how it's all been going for everyone. Hi, Olive. Okay, so Sonia says, from the PDF, it really shows even though a lot of us are in lockdown, we can still help each other and those in need. There are so many creative ways to contribute. Yes, absolutely. I actually took one of the ideas that came up from last week, and it was around assisting, showing appreciation to those that are holding things together at the moment. So I went to the local supermarket, spoke to the manager, asked if I could purchase the whole bunch of chocolate boxes that I had, to see if she would be able to share them with her staff. And she was pretty much speechless and said that no one had ever done anything like that for them before. So that was a really great surprise, and that came from last week. So thank you for that wonderful idea. So Orla says that she found that just saying thank you directly to someone is really appreciated and makes really big difference. Wonderful. And Marianne says action. She sent an email to people and started a recipe exchange to colleagues and friends. Bronwyn says the local palliative care hospital got back to her and had accepted her request to provide notes and posies for each patient. These are all amazing. Haresh says some of us in Bali went ahead with what we did last week, which was to buy and donate some food to Indonesian aid. We felt being regular and consistent at this time helps. Juliet says, making the effort to not just smile but to stop and chat with people often brings unexpected outcomes for all involved. Sarupa a neighbourhood Zoom, and it was a way to combat loneliness and talk about what the community sees that is needed. That's also terrific. The PDF that we've been putting together, there's so much stuff in there. And that's something we feel free to share, and keep checking on it because it's being updated regularly. Glenna says the PDF is brilliant, highlighting many different areas that can speak to us. Sarupa, yes, what Orla has shared. People seem to be shocked to get a thank you. I've found that as well. It's my experience to show me the little things can be really make a really big impact and a real difference. So Olive is asking how the staff are doing at the till in the supermarket. And Doris is asking if there is anything we can do for them. Are there any ideas that anyone could share with regards to those? So Ollie says even simple kindness, like asking the person at the till at the supermarket how they are doing, is really appreciated, and just listening. Absolutely, I think there's lots of people who would appreciate that. Juliet says, I feel consistency is really key. And Clara says, prepare some spare masks and sanitize and give them to those in need in the beginning, in becoming popular here in Hong Kong. So it's really showing how we can be all in different areas, in different countries and in different kind of circumstances, but we've got so many ways that we can share ideas and support each other and those that we interact with. Juliet says, same experience there also. Mandy said yes to Sarupa, especially at the supermarket. She even said we don't hear that very often. So Amanda got in touch with the nursing home where I used to volunteer. I'm going to Zoom meet some of the residents instead. Very cool. Well, that's definitely doing something. We used to do it one way, and now we're looking at ways to do things differently. We had a similar circumstance here with regards to Anzac Day for Australia and New Zealand. This is a time where we, on an annual basis, commemorate the Anzacs, and this year it had to be done differently as we physically couldn't meet. So there are lots of creative ways, and the way that they were commemorated this year really showed how we can do things in a different way and still enhance that connection and spirit. Dora says, I ask people if there is anything I can do for them. Oh, perfect. Apologies if I messed that one up. Sarupa, and we're setting up a local theme each week. So this week is Thank You Postie. Oh, thank you, Postie. Awesome. People can choose to participate how they wish. Haresh said the PDF was great, appreciated being put together. I think we've done great. There's so much stuff in there. Leah says things like simple appreciation, just showing concern. Yeah. Elaine says, through discussing my parents with some of my friends, I have discovered that many of my friends' parents are on their own. I have to call my friends' parents and send noted, which is cool because I can talk with them about things we have in common. That's awesome. Tracy says, yes, I did what Orla said with supermarket staff and found a few said, oh, you're going to make me cry. Sarupa says, so many people working to keep the country moving aren't acknowledged or mentioned much in the news. No, it's really interesting with my circumstance of asking the manager at the supermarket if she could share these chocolates. When I came home that evening, the late news was on, and I was looking at my supermarket on the news, and it was my supermarket. What I didn't know was the day before they had a customer not do something very nice, which um, a security guard ended up unconscious and in hospital. So, there's a lot happening that we're unaware of, and things like these ideas are just wonderful. Juliet says, able to help with the soup kitchen again, which is good. And Sarupa says, so many people working to keep the country moving aren't acknowledged or mentioned. Yeah, cool. Thank you for those. Yeah, as the circumstances start to change, things will again move from us getting used to kind of what we've had to do and kind of move into a different phase of maybe sustainability or rebuilding or changing, keeping some of the stuff that we've been experiencing. Glenna says, I sent flowers to the staff of the home where her mummy's staying, and they were thrilled. I'm planning to send some flowers, some lovely smellies, to the residents who may be missing out on toiletries since families can't visit. That's the same here. We've got families aren't allowed to visit anyone in the nursing homes. Caroline says she spoke to the owner of her local supermarket and asked that pensioners do not have to queue outside, that they may walk straight in. And the owner took it on board, took it to their board meeting, and the board agreed. And they put it straight into action. A great outcome, absolutely. Haresh says, some of my friends in Hong Kong help drop off food to homes of elders and speak with them on Zoom. Kept up their spirit, which was great. And this was organised by Hanson Hong Kong. Elaine says, my sister's postie showed up in the dinosaur onesie last week. Awesome. I think everyone's creativity is endless, and this has been a great opportunity to see just how creative we can be. And sometimes the situations, they've been challenging, but we've had to find ways around them or do something differently. So if you've had any of those experiences where you've thought something may have been a challenge, but you found a solution to it, feel free to share that, because there might be someone else looking for a solution or in the same boat. So Olive says, I was inspired by the PDF with an idea to set up panels between school kids with kids or people in hospital or aged care homes, getting kids involved so the children feel like they are helping out, assisting them too. That's amazing. And yeah, it's really important for kids at the moment they've had lots of changes and lots to work with as well. Haresh says, as people become less focused on the impact of the virus, as they believe it tapers off, a lot of these acts will mean more as people find ways to get back on their feet economically. Absolutely. I think this is just a stage of this. I feel it's there's going to be many different stages that we're all going to move through, and different people at different times. Yeah, we can see how we can assist each other. Bronwyn says, how cool that the very next day you acted spontaneously to bring the chocolates to your local supermarket, having no idea what had occurred the evening before. Talk about inspired action. I had no idea, and it just showed me that in that moment we can act. And like I said, I did it straight after our meeting because it was mentioned, and I thought that's something I can do. And yeah, I was amazed that the manager said that it was that no one had ever done anything like that for them. So goes to show little things like all these amazing ideas can have a really big impact. Glenna says, I've been thinking of the cleaners and kitchen staff, the janitors, laundry room staff at care homes and hospitals, and asking how to show appreciation to them. There's so many people out keeping things going. Caroline says the farmers who serve and support our communities still have not really been mentioned, yet they are selfless 24/7 for feeding our communities. It could be wonderful to get together and see how they could receive a big shout out for their support and pressure to provide more. So if anyone has any further ideas or comments to these ideas and suggestions that are coming up, feel free to post them. Olive, pen pals, great idea. Marianne said she had a birthday last week and packaged up my cake and put it in my neighbour's letterbox so they got to celebrate too. Wonderful. Sharon, hi Sharon. Hi everyone. Very inspiring to hear all the creative actions. Yes, we certainly have many. Elaine says, isn't it amazing that all that we need to do is show simple appreciation and people's worlds are changed? Yes, absolutely. So, one of the things that I was thinking was, what do you feel you would like to move forward with regards to as in another phase of we've taken some action, how can we build on that? Yes, I feel more connected to others now than before. Haresh agreed with Caroline, they deserve a big shout out as they have made sure the population's food supply was continued in spite of the virus. That includes all food producers. So Dora says, let's continue to do that and inspire others, as in take action. Sharon says, I've been very busy with my grandchildren online, anything to help my kids. Awesome. So looking at all these ideas, what do you guys want to, about building? Build on it by continuing to do more. Awesome. Juliet, sharing with other people what we are doing. I find it inspires others to also take inspired action. Yes, I feel our PDF with all the goodies from all our previous weeks is in there, and they're able to share that to anyone. There may be something in there that will assist or support someone else. So we've got lots there. Elaine says, as in what Doris said. Orla, could we talk about how we deal with returning to the world as lockdown eases, maybe on future Facebook Live? Absolutely, I think that would be a wonderful topic because um, that's coming up next, and we will. I think that's something that would be awesome to look at because I'm curious myself, um, or how to get back to work without getting stuck back in the rat race. Yes, um, that's a good one also. Mandy says so many people are reaching out to others in support and thanks, building a local community. And Haresh says, was thinking the same thing. The next phase is going to be interesting. How can we continue building this sense of community so it becomes permanent? So, how does anyone else feel we can contribute to that or support that or enhance that? Pia says, when we have talked about these ideas with others, they feel inspired to do more or different from what they have been doing so far. Yes. And has anyone for themselves realised something that they want to keep moving forward, or something they want to let go of as it no longer feels part of where they want to move forward with? I've certainly been looking at some things that this opportunity's made possible, and I'd like to talk about in the future weeks. About how we sustain this, we do moving forward. I'm really interested in hearing what everyone has to say. Um, how about doing what we have been doing and seeing how it evolves as we are open to our intuition? Awesome. Amanda says it seems that the virus has encouraged people to be much kinder, perhaps a kindness community project. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Sarupa, it's defo a consideration and what next to sustain the coming together in a meaningful way. And it seems a bigger thing, and Elaine says, seems the biggest thing here is about giving and receiving appreciation, shoring energy. Surely energy can't just stop once put into action. I hope that's not the case. I think it's been a big enough circumstance to get all our attention and show us how we can work together and collaborate as we are. And it's, for me personally, it's been an absolute pleasure and joy connecting with everyone and sharing with everyone and hearing all the ideas. Because some of them I didn't even think of at all. So thank you. Juliet says, I feel a lot of people are liking the slowdown of life and don't want things to return to the previous speed. So encouraging self and others not to get so overly busy again and supporting life at a slower pace. Oh, I'd like a bit of that. And Sonia says, for me, smile to the people, not too busy, and forget to thank and take time to listen are a few steps I'd like to continue. Marianne says perhaps we could build on Anzac Day and have letterbox parties with neighbours, but perhaps in an evening. So, yeah, I think in different areas, in different circumstances, lots of ideas are possible and they're wonderful and good ideas. Amanda, in Australia, the Anzac Day home delivery ceremonies were inspiring. People stood at dawn in silence with candles. It felt amazing. It would be, hey, the comments moved. It felt amazing. It would be great to explore how people can get involved via their local communities and online. Absolutely. I was thinking in all our other previous sharings, we took we took a moment and during this Anzac weekend, what I connected with was their spirit. I didn't actually know as much going into the weekend as I do now, but their energy was really about mateship and supporting each other and working towards a common goal for the benefit of all. So before we close this evening, how about we take some time? How does everybody feel about that to connect to that? Yes, and really coming from the heart, Karen. Replying to Pia, continuing kindness and kindness of others. Yes, wonderful. So, how about we take a moment, take a breath, we close our eyes, relax our shoulders, and see ourselves standing together, no matter where we are physically. We can still stretch our hands and hold them together and surround the world. And the love and light that we radiate, when combined, surrounds the world in healing energy. And within that, it enhances mateship, care, support, and cooperation as we move through this together. See that energy surround the world for the highest good. Okay. How is everyone? Great. Sharon says, I felt the spirit more this year too. The whole street met. My whole street met on our balconies with candles at 6 a.m. It was so beautiful. It's wonderful. So, thank you for joining this evening. All this information will be updated to the PDF soon after. Thank you for joining and take care, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.